Hello, and welcome back to the Pure Nintendo podcast. This is your weekly dose of all things Nintendo. My name is Jemma, and joining me this week, I have my excellent friend Kirk. Welcome back, Kirk.
Hey, everybody, how y'all doing?
Doing pretty well, thanks. And joining us this week, we have a special guest. We have Josh from Nintendo Maniacs. Welcome, Josh.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me on. Really excited to be here. Talk all things Metroid, especially Metroid. Are we going to talk about Metroid? Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, very good.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. I was on Josh's show a few weeks ago and had a lot of fun. It's nice to have another Australian accent in the mix because usually I'm outnumbered.
Yeah, now it's me. I'm the one with the odd accent today.
Yes, exactly. It's actually a big week of gaming. There's a lot of huge releases. Obviously, Metroid 4 is out, Octopath Traveler is out, even new Assassin's Creed is out as well. So there's a lot of gaming love happening. We will go through some news. We're definitely going to talk about Metroid Prime 4 and our time with that so far, as well as Kirk's Corner and the games that we're playing. But let's start off with a little icebreaker because we do have a special guest. And this is something I've stolen from your show, Josh. So thank you. But it's nice. It's a nice thing that you do where you ask your guests a question to get to know them. And I thought, since we're talking about Metroid, which has a bit of a reputation for being a harder, well, particularly the 2D ones, being a harder genre, what is the most challenging Nintendo game you've ever played?
Ooh, this is tricky, isn't it?
It is.
So I'm very glad I live and was born when I was born because I feel like games are a lot more approachable, a lot more easier. And then as I've gotten into a big fan of certain series, I've wanted to go back and check out the original forms of games. And so some of them that come to mind to me, like the original Metroid, I've completed that. But thankfully with save states and the modern sort of add-ons, you can add to them to make them a bit more approachable. But some of the Castlevanias come to mind. I know they're not Nintendo-made games, but they're on the original NES. And I love Castlevania, but cannot do them. But I suppose for me, the hardest one, and I think most annoyingly, is Super Mario Bros. 2, or the Lost Levels, as it's called in the West. And I just absolutely wanted to love this game. Couldn't get access to it growing up. And then you get access to it later on. They re-release it. And then I go to play it. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Why can't I move anywhere? Oh, here's a mushroom. Let's get it. No, it's actually poisonous and it's going to hurt me. And so I've gotten stuck on that game so many times. There's invisible barriers. This game is deliberately hard, but I find it bad or hard for the wrong reasons. And,
yes.
I think that's probably one that sticks to mind. That was the first one that stuck to mind when I had this question.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Yes, that is a very challenging game. I agree 100%. Kirk, did you want to chime in with your thoughts on what could be a most challenging? And yeah, I did put Nintendo game, but it's okay if it's on a Nintendo console and it's not a Nintendo, first party title. That's okay.
I can go back to Intellivision then.
Sure.
No, I won't.
Oh, please do.
I'll stick with Nintendo. Although Intellivision would be funny because back then you got a game and it was the only game you were going to get for 4 months. So
yeah,
if it was challenging, you had to beat it. And that was with Nintendo. A lot of times, if the games get too hard, I just stop. So I guess I'm going to say I have two. I have two choices. One goes all the way back to the Wii, and that is Trauma Center: New Blood, which was one of those games from Atlas. They were Operation games. I don't know if you remember them. They started on the 3DS or just the DS, I believe. But yeah, it was an operation game where you had to circle through your instruments and you had to stitch people up and remove shards of glass from their bodies, all in anime style, of course. Really difficult game, and you could play it with two people, where one person was handling the instruments or determining which instrument you needed, and then the other one was able to go in and actually use it. So doing it that way, I was finally able to get through that, which was a very difficult game. But I also wanted to again bring up Shiren the Wanderer, the Mystery Dungeon of Serpent Coil Island, one of my favorite games for the Switch.
Oh yeah,
roguelike, so of course it's meant to be difficult, but that's one of those games that I thought I was never actually going to be able to finish it. And then one time when I wasn't even planning to, I magically did. So we'll go with
Yeah.
that. There's a lot of add-ons and a lot of extra things you can do. They're extremely difficult, and I haven't completed, so I'm actually still playing it from time to time. But
Mm.
those two games are probably the ones that I would mention first.
Oh,
Kirk,
such good answers. Sorry, Josh, you go.
Kirk, did with Trauma Center on the Wii, did you have like the Wii remote and you have to like slowly move it like motion controls, or is it like,
Yes.
oh my god, is that like Motion Plus or just the basic Wii motion controls?
Well, I think when it came out, it was just a basic
Oh
one.
no,
It may have been when Motion Plus came out that we were actually able to beat it too.
yeah, I can see how
And
that's
it was,
hard.
yeah, very unforgiving.
Oh my god.
Mm. Yeah.
Almost easier to do it in person, actual surgery.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
haven't had to
funny.
give that a try yet, but
Yeah,
I'll be that
thank
guy
goodness.
saying, "Oh, I've got this. I've got this. I played a video game every now and then."
Yeah. I'm a doctor. They are excellent answers. Thank you both. I don't think I can match that in terms of quality. I would say Metroid obviously comes to mind for the NES. Kid Icarus, I think, was also one I always
Mm,
struggled with, just because
mm.
those games for me were childhood games. So I was quite young and new to gaming, and like you said, Josh, there's a lot more accessibility features in today's games.
Yes.
Those ones were always. I think I mentioned Kid Icarus last week, actually, how I used to get turned into an eggplant all the time because the of Myths and Monsters is now the Game Boy version is now on the Switch Online collection.
Mm.
I mean, recently I've been playing Hollow Knight, which I don't think is the hardest game in the world, but it certainly has some hard sections and hard boss fights. So that's definitely in my mind recently because, for example, Josh, you've played Hollow Knight, I assume, right?
I have, and I've rage quit at a boss and never picked it up again. So I've gotten like, I reckon, 70% of the way in the game. I had one boss and I just couldn't do it one day, and I've never picked it up since. So
well, I can relate. I've definitely rage quitted, but I have returned and I've gotten really far, over 100%. I did say recently I have finished the game, but there's still the true
Yeah, nice.
ending, and this game has so many pathways and optional extras. I'm 104% through the game now, which seems unachievable, but with DLC and extras, I think it's 112% is the max, I believe. Yeah. So I'm looking at my son and he's nodding because he's the guru of these Hollow Knights. So I'm 104%. So I'm very happy with that. I've definitely
awesome.
finished it. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. But there is the true ending where you have to beat the boss again and then fight another boss. And I haven't beaten that boss, and it's pretty hard. So still working my way through. And then, yeah, definitely have rage quitted on a few of the other early bosses. So
Good on you. That's
yeah,
awesome. Dedication.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's just such a fun game. So I do enjoy it. And I don't like giving up on things. So, but yeah, it's a fun time. Thank you both. That's excellent. Let us know, listeners, your most challenging game that you've ever played, particularly on a Nintendo system. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's move on to the news. A quick piece of news this week because we want to dedicate the show to Metroid Prime 4. But there was some pretty cool news about Ball Pit, which is a game that I reviewed earlier this year and really enjoyed. Gave that one I think it was a 9 out of 10. So check out my review on the website. But this one, the team has announced that they've sold 1 million copies, or I guess over 1 million copies. And so, which is phenomenal in itself. And Josh, have you played Ball Pit?
No, but you talked about it on my show, and
I
it looks
did.
amazing. And I've got it wish listed, and I'm just checking again. Is it on sale now?
Is it?
No,
Or
it's not.
Oh,
Sorry.
dang.
I will
Okay.
get it though. I'm one of those. I'm gonna be stubborn and wait for a sale.
I'll do it. Yeah, Kirk would back you on that one, I think. Right,
Put it on your wish list.
Yeah, it's on the wish list.
Yes. I love the wish list. Yes, definitely worth your time. If it's on sale, of course, that's even better. The updates will be free though, which is cool. So there's 3 of them coming in 2026. And they're spreading it out over 3 periods. There's not a whole lot of detail yet, but we know the dates and we know the name of the updates. So in January, we'll be getting the Regal update. In April, we'll be getting the Shadow update. And they say get back to basics in July with a Naturalist update. So I'm not sure what that means exactly, but there will be new characters, there will be new balls, and there will be new evolutions. And there is a trailer. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see the trailer while we're talking. This is just one of those chaotic games. Josh, are you a Vampire Survivors fan?
Yes. Love Vampire Survivors. That is so fun and basic. Just move the stick and avoid stuff. Just avoid people. It's like my introverted self in a video.
Yes. I love how an introverted has his own podcast. Yes. Well, this has definitely got Vampire Survivors vibes, absolutely, because it's an auto shooter. So you're just walking around and the balls fire automatically. And there's heaps of upgrade paths, just like Vampire Survivors. Every time you level up, you get to choose a weapon, you get to choose your evolution path. So that is just super fun and super satisfying. It's also pretty hard. But as you upgrade and level up, it gets slightly easier. So you progress slowly and slowly through the game and down into the pit, as it is. So yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing that rear its head in January. Hopefully, you can pick it up before then, Josh, and then you'll be able to enjoy the updates with the game.
Yeah, it
Which
looks
will be fun.
super cool. Super cool. I realized the X in the middle of it looks like if you played Metroid, a boss battle. You'll get it if you know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah, in Metro Prime 4.
In Metroid Prime 4. It just
Ooh,
gave me
that's
some
cool.
flashbacks then. But it looks super cool. Like Vampire Survivors is great. So if it's anything like that, and it does look like that,
Yeah,
it seems
yeah.
super addictive. Lots going on, and then the free updates. I just love these free updates in these games. They just sort of really build that following. People keep playing it. Word of mouth spreads, and
Mm.
those good games really get to shine when it's like that.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's so good. They could easily have charged for it, but they haven't. It's like a bit like Cult of the Lamb have had a
Mm,
few updates in a similar fashion, like free updates over the course of the last couple of years. It is great. It reminds me a little bit also of the Switch 2 versions of games that are free for some titles, which I
yes.
think is really good as well. Yeah.
Mm.
So anyway, Kirk, did you have an opinion on that at all? You found that news item actually, so thank you.
Yeah, no, yeah, I haven't played it yet, and I know that I should. It looks like a game I would really enjoy.
Mm.
But yeah, I haven't found room on the list for it yet.
You haven't wish listed it?
No.
No. No, that's
I-
okay. I don't think there's a demo. Oh, is there a demo for this one? I'm
Oh,
not sure now.
get back into the eShop. All right, here we go.
Yeah, yeah.
You keep talking, Jim, and I'll confirm for you.
Okay, thank you, Josh. So I love that this game actually does have a free Switch 2 upgrade. Speaking of that as well,
Mhm.
it did come out later, as in I think the game launched. I think it was September or something like that, maybe October, somewhere around that time. And now I think it was November. There was a Switch 2 update. I have updated it and jumped back in. Not that it's the sort of game that really needs graphical boosts. It's pretty
Hmm.
retro inspired in terms of its pixelation, which is the style it's meant to be. But of course, extra frame rates and extra detail is always welcome, especially for free. How'd you go, Josh? Did you find it?
No demo, so
No demo. Okay,
you're gonna have to commit. Unless Steam might have one, I'm not sure. But
true.
on the
That's
eShop,
true.
no demo.
Okay, thank you for confirming.
That's all right.
Well, let's move on to our main segment for the week, which is all about Metroid Prime 4. Now, Kirk is waiting. You're waiting for Christmas, I believe, to get this one.
Yes.
Yes. So hopefully you don't get too kind of jealous or whatever, have some envy when we talk about it. But please jump in with questions as we go. So Josh, you have it, of course. I think you even had the day off to enjoy it. Is that right?
Yeah, I took yesterday off to play it. So
Nice.
I've been waiting so long for this game. I just
Yeah,
get into it
exactly.
straight away, kind of thing. It was for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I have to
well,
jump in now then to find out. Do
yes.
you hate Thursday launches? Like, would you rather it or was it Thursday for you? I don't
Yeah,
even know what day it is because all right, yeah, it's Saturday.
yeah. I like the Thursday switch. Only because I feel like you get it earlier, obviously, because instead of Friday. But I feel like you can play it that Thursday night, and then for me, I could have taken the day off, but also I just feel like it adds to their weekend sales a bit more. So I know why they've done it, because I think it means a longer weekend of sales for
Mm.
Nintendo, so they get higher in the
So
charts. But for me, it works out just with my schedule and things I do, because usually Friday night I'm doing things socially, so it's like Thursday night I can get the game and play it, so it works for me.
gotcha. So you took Friday off. You picked it up Thursday and took
Yeah,
off Friday to play it. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
I thought you were taking off Thursday and then had to go back to work knowing that it was at
No.
the house.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I picked it up physically. I went into the city to pick it up on Thursday, and I forced myself to work in the office that day because I knew if I didn't do that and I had the game in my hand and I was working from home, a lot of working from home would not be happening. I'm using quotation marks as I speak as well.
Yeah.
So I had to separate my Switch and the game, and it worked out on the Friday.
Nice. Yeah. That's a really good question, Kirk. I myself have been enjoying the Thursday releases recently. Sorry about my dog in the background. Um, Especially when it's because we record on a Saturday in my time, it does give you that extra night to play. So
Mm,
for Metroid, for
yeah.
example, and I had to work on
Mhm.
Friday, unfortunately. I did get to play Thursday night and then I got to play on Friday night. So I was able to progress a bit further and talk about it today, obviously. So that really helps. But the sales thing is a really interesting perspective as well. I think that makes a lot of sense that you said there for the weekend sales. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
don't even
Metroid
remember what
needs a
day it used to be. Did it used to be Fridays?
Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I do like that we always get it a little bit earlier, like because we're ahead in time, obviously in time zones than the US. So it was funny when Trev on our team he reviewed Horror Warriors, and I was able to get a code for him, but because I got it on Thursday morning my time, it was Wednesday kind of afternoon evening his time, so he got to play it a little bit ahead of everyone else in the US. So that was kind of cool. So
Does that work even with the
yeah,
codes? Even
yeah.
if their time zone doesn't match up to being Thursday yet.
Yeah,
There you
apparently.
go.
I mean,
That's
he had to log in to an Australian account,
okay.
you know,
Yes.
because it
Yes.
was Australian code. So
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. So that's pretty
Nice.
cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. So first impressions, Josh. I mean,
Oh.
after so many years of waiting, how excited were you to boot this up and watch the intro? Like,
Yeah, man. It's just so surreal because I've been a Metroid fan for pretty much all my gaming career, I'm going to call it. But
hmm
ever since I've been gaming, how to get Metroid, like the very first purchase I had was $150 new GameCube with two controllers, and it came with Metroid Prime. And so
right.
it's the first game I ever bought with my own money. It's a game I didn't beat straight away. I didn't get it, but like a few years later, like I beat it, and I understood it. And so from then on, I've been able to like play the other games, explore them a bit more, and it's kind of been like my favorite Nintendo series for that reason. And so
Nice.
um, when they announced Metroid Prime 4 in June of 2017. Very excited, but it's been a long wait, hasn't it? 8.5 years.
Yes.
Had the whole drama in early 2019 when they had to stop the development, Nintendo
hmm
and whoever was making it for them, if it was themselves or partnering up, no, it wasn't meeting the qualities they needed, and so they had to restart. And so it goes back to Retro Studios, which probably should have had it to begin with. Let's be
Oh
honest,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
ever since then, it's just I don't know. I've been following YouTubers who love Metroid as well. Ruler Two review, he's really good. Super Metal Dave. There's some of the bigger Metroid people.
hmm
They just over the last 8 years, they've just found tidbits of information from the development and have been able to share them. So I feel like I've been on this journey with this game that I've never been with any other. And so
Yeah.
holding the game Thursday actually in my hand was incredibly surreal and such a great moment. Like you think about it, like yeah, I'm really excited to play this game, and it gets a bit more real, and especially in the last 18 months, and to finally play it now. Like for me, it's like living up to everything I wanted it to be. Like I'm just
hmm
getting really mesmerized by like firstly the opening titles. I think I was looking at that for a few minutes, listening.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Mm.
actually, wait, I need to play this game because I was just looking at there like how the titles are beautiful and amazing, and so
Mm. Mhm.
just been taking my time with it. I think about 4 or 5 hours into it, so I haven't played heaps. I've had other things on, but like
Mhm.
every time I've booted it on, I can see they've really like paid tribute to the series in the past, but they've incrementally built on it. And while it's not fundamentally like a revolutionary game based on like from going from the third game to this entry, it's really sort of like here are the modern like quality of life gaming inclusions and features added to this game that's really make it really snappy, really quality in terms of its look, delivery, all of it. Like I'm just like the cutscenes, like loving all
Mm.
of it. So
Mhm.
I'm having a super fun time. I just want to keep playing it. I know it's about 15 hours or so I'm probably nearly a third of a way through the story.
Yeah.
But loving it. It's meeting my expectations, which is I think for a long weighted game, is a tricky thing to do.
Oh, absolutely. Can you imagine? You've got so many people hyped up, just like you've said, and I love that description of the journey because that's how it's felt for a lot of people. And you see these
Mm,
people online, on social media, holding their copy, getting really excited, like it's finally here. I can't believe it, and I love that enthusiasm. But people can get let down very easily if it doesn't meet their expectations. It's like all of that build up. for nothing. So it's very easy to get, I guess, dismayed. But I love that generally I feel like the vibes have been positive. We'll get to some of that a bit later, I think, in this
Mm.
conversation. But for me, I totally agree. First impressions, I was just wow, right? Like graphically, amazing, very impressive. Loving the cutscenes. You mentioned those. I think it looks terrific. I don't think Samus has ever looked as good. I love the suit. I love the environments. The music as well, I
Oh,
think is
sublime.
astounding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so great.
it's really, really good. Fantastic. I could just listen to that all day. And, this is a later point, I suppose, but Nintendo Music has added some of the tracks.
Mm.
And I think that we've talked about this because we often do mention Nintendo Music because it is a little app. And we're trying to convince Kirk to download it. But this is the first time I think I've seen it tie in properly with the game release, which I've always thought, why don't they do that more often?
Mm.
Mm.
It's super cool. I like the approach to doing it because I literally like I had did my day of work on Thursday in the office.
Hmm.
I was heading home, and then like I was just listening to the music on the bus ride home before playing the
Yeah.
game. And I was like, here we go. Like I'm sort of amping myself up, like
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
excited to play it. Although it's just funny. You look at me probably on the bus. I'm just sort of like normally sitting there with my headphones, but I was really excited on the inside. Um, I just love these sort of tie-in, with the game, and I think they've done it a bit with Kirby Air Riders, and
Oh, they
so
have too.
I
Yes.
want them
Hmm.
to. I think it's great that they can do it. They can promote the game in a different way, and these games have amazing soundtracks, and
Oh,
Metroid
yeah.
Prime 4 is no exception here. It's the and Vault Forge is my favorite area, but the music in that was just really sort of like taking my breath away.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Vault Forge has been amazing. I've just finished that. So in terms of where I'm up to, you said you've spent 4 or 5 hours. I'm probably a tiny bit behind you, I would say, but I have gone through Vault Forge, finished that section, loved it. So this is, I guess, the second kind of area, I suppose,
Mm,
really? Yeah, after Fury Green.
yeah,
And we don't want to give too many spoilers, obviously, for listeners who haven't played it and for Kirk as well. But this is an area that's all about a kind of electricity, and there's these towers that you have to power up, and it's pretty amazing. I would say the exploration aspects are really, really good, really tight. Something I just realized during the week as well is that Nintendo describes this series as not a first-person shooter, but a first-person adventure.
adventure.
Yeah, because it's more about the exploration. It's more about the puzzles and there are, of course, shooting elements, of course, like there's boss fights and there's enemies to fight,
Mm.
but more so I would say it's about the adventure and the kind of journey that you're on. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely like not a first person shooter first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was listening to Nintendo Voice Chat, and that's made by IGN, and they had Per Schneider, who I think was part of the IGN team 24 years ago when the game first came out on the GameCube, the first one, and they talked about it being called a first-person adventure game at the time
Mm-hmm.
then, and I
Right.
think that
Yeah.
ruffled a few feathers because they're like, "What the hell's that? It's a first-person
Yeah.
shooter." But
Yeah.
you compare it to like Halo at the time, and
Mm-hmm.
Halo is definitely the first-person shooter, and it's got the the multiplayer aspect to it, and I think
Mm.
Metroid tried to do it. Obviously, with like Prime 2, they had their multiplayer mode tacked onto it. Not great, but that was around about the time they're trying to, that was the thing to do. And so, no, this is very much first and foremost the adventure side. It's like Space Zelda. It's
Mm.
these
Mm-hmm.
series are incredibly similar in terms of you're in a room, you need to work out what items to use to progress further in the story, and that's pretty much like Zelda uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
in a nutshell, isn't it? And so, um, yeah, I love it for that because you're sort of constantly thinking, okay, I can't use this item just yet, or there's something that I need to go back to later to use, or you finally get that item, like, yeah, I can go here now and do this and unlock this path. And um, that's one of my favorite things with this game is because and while it's pretty linear at first, it does open up for those worried, and so there is
Mm.
that. I'm hoping that that option to play the game in a different way, and I'm hoping I could get to see some like sequence breaking from people who are really good at doing that online, and other classic tropes of like a Metroid game where you can sort of break the game and play it the way you want to, and in an
Yes.
adventure kind of way.
Yeah, exactly. Kirk, has that been your experience with the series today? I know you haven't played this new one, but you've got lots of other experience with the series. Would you describe it as a Zelda in space?
Yeah, actually, what I was thinking of when he mentioned that was we were talking recently about Tomb Raider
Yes.
and how that changed when Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix took it over, and it became more of a third-person shooter. And I
Mm.
think that's how I'm going to describe the original Tomb Raiders, as a third-person adventure,
Yeah,
because
right.
it was more about exploration and getting from here to there, and every now and again you had to pull out your guns and shoot some things. But for the most
Yes.
part, it was more about exploration. So yeah, I would agree with what Josh said.
Yeah, yeah, that makes perfect sense. And I've definitely been thinking that as I've been playing through. It is like a space or a first person kind of Zelda adventure, and it's been terrific. So a couple of questions for you, Josh, as we've been playing. Which style did you choose? Because when you first load up the game, you can choose between a couple of things. Obviously, this is a Switch 2 game. Well, sorry, it is on Switch 1 as well, and I haven't played the Switch 1 version. I've heard it's pretty good though. So maybe if you can have an opinion on that as well, if you like. But in terms of the graphics for the Switch 2 or the performance, there's two options. You can choose performance mode, or I can't remember what the mode is called, but it's like a graphics mode.
Quality.
Um, Quality, that's it. So I
Yeah.
was curious as to which one you chose. Did you go performance over quality?
I did quality, and so that's the 4K. But then
Mm,
the frames are not as high at 60, and then performance is the other way. It's 120 frames per second at 1080, and so I was seeing some comparisons to it, and I think just quality was always going to be the one for me because it just looks nicer. And then
hmm
um, I don't know, maybe I don't know if it's the recordings I was seeing, but the performance mode just looked a bit different to what I'm used to. So
hmm
I'm just pausing a lot in this game, and the way I play Metroid is I want to scan everything, and so I'm
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like I'm scanning a lot. I'm not going fast, so I feel like I don't need the extra 60 frames to get to 120. I just want to like
hmm
marvel and gaze at the beautiful surrounds, and you know that's happened a lot. I've just sort of been pausing and taking it all in, and so I want that 4K glory really in everything it can give me.
I agree. And I did the same. 100%. I did
Mm.
that as
I
well
feel
with
that'd
the.
be the more popular one for sure.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Quite often, I find myself pausing it, taking a screenshot because it just looks so wonderful. And it isn't that fast. Like, obviously, the bike parts are probably where the speed might make a
Hmm.
slight difference, but
Yeah.
I certainly haven't noticed any issues. And we'll talk about the bike in a sec. Which difficulty mode did you choose? Because there's casual and normal, and then there's an unlockable hard mode. What's your preference there?
Yeah, definitely normal. Played enough of these to know what this hardness is going to be, what you need to do, kind of thing. So, it's good at the moment. I've died a couple of times in Vault Forge. I think I was a little
hmm
lazy with some of the bosses at one stage. You might agree with me,
Oh,
Gemma,
yeah.
on this. And then I got to one stage like, oh, am I not good at this game? I was doing like hyper saving at save stations just to sort of like
Yeah.
um, progress it slowly. But it was just I think I was just being a bit overconfident and like no, just think about Josh,
Yeah.
dodge when you need to, and do all that kind of stuff. And I got through it all right.
Well, I've had the same experience. Some of the bosses are hard, especially initially, I think, until you sort of know the patterns. Was it
Mm.
Psylocke? Did Psylocke get you? Because he got me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't die from that. There was one section where I didn't know what to do, and you probably
Mhm.
know the one as well. And I'm like doing all these things, and the solution was I don't want to say here, but like it was I didn't think that would be the solution, so I found that interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and then there was another one before with the bots that was slightly like okay, I need to to just focus, Josh, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. The bosses have been great. I've really enjoyed them, so far. But before we get to bosses in more detail, one more question about the options. Which control scheme have you gone with? And have you used the Joy-Cons as a mouse at all?
So I went the traditional dual stick on the my pro controller.
Mhm.
So I played. I did the demo in Melbourne earlier this year at the Switch 2 experience, and so I got
Oh,
to play
nice.
it in mouse mode, and you get to like you can play it with your Joy Cons normally, like one
Mhm.
Joy-Con in each hand, and then you can like straight away put the right Joy-Con down as a mouse, and it will swap to that, and that's really
Yes.
cool. I just like if it ain't broke, don't fix it for me. So I'm really happy with the Pro Controller controls. They feel really great. But
Yeah.
I will try it with the mouse mode again, just to like obviously for the show, just to get across that side. But I remember it being quite good in terms of snappiness and responsiveness in terms of moving that mouse around. And so
Yeah.
I pre-ordered my game at EB Games, and so I have a huge Metroid Prime 4 mouse gaming pad thing now to use,
Ah.
and so I'll be utilizing that as I test it out.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's huge.
Kirk, what do you reckon you're going to do when you get it? You're going to go traditional or give the mouse controls a go?
Probably try them both. I'll discuss this when we get to the games we're playing, but I've switched that with. We talked about it last week with Metroid Prime Remastered and which control scheme to go with. And right now I'm using like the ones that mimic the old Wii controls. I don't know if you can use it that way with Metroid Prime 4. Is that an option?
Well, it does let you choose between two styles with apart from the mouse side. And I'm not sure how this works. Maybe Josh, you can give some details if you know. But you can choose between the twin stick situation that Josh mentioned. But there's another one where you can. It's got like a little motiony icon above the right joystick. Joy-Con, sorry. So I wasn't sure what that actually entailed. It sort of described it, but I'm like, I don't really understand what that means. I'm just going to go with the default. So do you know what that, did you kind of get what that was? Was that using it as a bit of a Wiimote kind of deal or not really? Not to that extent.
There's gyro controls in it as well. And so, I know it's maybe, it's not quite like Wii Motion, like getting the remote out and pointing at the sensor bar, because it's not quite like that. But you can, I believe with the Joy-Cons, have it in a way where you move the gyro around and it will, like they are pointer controls, so to speak. So it's as close as it can get. I understand is what it can do compared to the Wii version, which won't be as good because there's no sensor bar. But
yeah, true. That's true. Well, similar to you, Josh, I have been using my Pro controller, but I did start off, and did get to try it as well. Not at the event you mentioned, but at PAX in October, I did get to try it, and it was with mouse controls. With this one, with Metroid Prime 4, when I got it myself on Thursday, I decided to start with the mouse controls just because it's the new thing and I want to give it a proper go again. I think for me, first of all, yes, the snapping, like it works very well. You can pick it up and use it as a right stick, just like a normal dual stick control. Put it back down on your mouse pad or your couch, whatever, or your leg even, and it works perfectly instantly as a mouse control. So that works seamlessly. I love it. Really, really good. I did end up just going back to my Pro controller just because I really like my Pro controller. Like the Switch 2 Pro controller is just fantastic.
Best controller out there.
It's so good. Yes, it's so good. I love it. And the other thing with Metroid, with this game is you can lock on to targets. So I'm not particularly adept at first-person shooters generally. I do find it kind of awkward to control the R stick and get a good aim happening. But because you can lock on, it's less of an issue. So I feel like even though the mouse controls are more, I guess, accurate, or you can be more, specific with where you're pointing, because you can lock on, it sort of negates that need a little bit. So I kind of just do that a lot. So, yeah. So I definitely tried both. I'm reviewing this game, so I definitely want to try both because I will need to talk about that in my review, of course. So it definitely works well. I found my leg wasn't maybe a big enough area, if that makes sense. I think a mouse pad like you're describing, Josh, would be better potentially, just because you have more room. And that's what they had at PAX, and I talked about this at the time. And Kirk, I think you even asked about how big it was, and it was huge. Like it was a big desk, you had plenty of room to sort of use your mouse control as needed. So yeah, there's quite a few different ways, and I love that there are options. You can obviously change it as you're playing as well, which I think is also great. So you can change this performance or quality mode. You can change your difficulty. You can change the control scheme in game. So that's also great. You don't have to be locked into it, because that's what my first thing was, like, oh, if I choose performance mode, am I going to be stuck with that when I really wanted quality? But no, you can change it. So I think that's great as well. Did you have any questions, Kirk, about the controls or anything to add to that?
I don't think so. Not until I actually hop into Metroid Prime 4. And I'll discuss the controls a little bit more when we get to games we're playing, about using them on the remastered version of Metroid Prime.
Yeah, cool. So with the story, we don't want to give away spoilers, of course, and we have mentioned boss fights briefly, and we've said how far we are. So you're kind of running around the desert, or have you gone on to, say, Icebelt or one of those areas, Josh?
So I'm in Flare Pool now, so
Okay.
the lava area, and so giving massive magma caverns from Prime 1 vibes. Just, yeah, early on in that. And so I'd spent a bit of time exploring the desert or Sol Valley and just
Mhm.
using my bearings, speeding up to get collectibles over jumps, collecting them
Yeah,
green
yeah.
energized crystals and the like. And yeah, so I feel like this is where it opens up a little bit more. So, like, interested to know how they will differ. But I want that damn psychic boost ball ability because I go past so many like morph ball stations where I can't quite use them just
Yes.
yet. So I'm waiting for that upgrade.
Mm.
I'm hoping it's that flare pool here. Otherwise, I'll have to wait a bit longer.
Yeah. So did you go from Vault Forge to Flare Pool? You haven't done
I have,
Icebelt.
yes,
Okay. Because
yeah.
this is where it does open up. It becomes a little bit more open world. You kind of, like you said, it's a little bit linear at the beginning. So I've done Vault Forge just like you, but I found Icebelt first. So that's where I'm at.
Nice.
So
So you just naturally went there because I naturally went to flare pool. So
yeah, I was
I just love
just,
that. Just different
yeah.
directions.
Yes, exactly. So this is
Yeah,
cool because now the game is slightly different for us because we're
yeah.
in different places. And then, once I've done Icebelt, obviously I'll move on and find Flarepool and do that, and vice versa for you. But yeah, that's cool. I was trying to just see what was on the horizon and see any kind of buildings or shadows or shapes that I could work my way towards. And
Mm.
that was where I ended up. So
Yeah. The
yeah,
desert's big though, isn't it?
it's huge.
It's
Mm,
a lot bigger than I was expecting.
yes.
Um I was so indifferent when it came to Viola when I first announced it. I thought, oh yeah, that's cool,
Hmm.
that's fine. But after playing Vault Forge, I don't know, they've really embedded the lore of Viola with the game, and
Hmm.
I don't know, I just fallen in love with Viola and the concept of it even more now. If for
Yes.
anyone like who was really a bit worried about that, I'm like been a bit like relieved since and like really excited, and I think it's cool how they've integrated it.
I think so too. So Viola is the name of the bike, and I don't know, Kirk. Did you we how because we saw it in a trailer and we are like, what? Why is there a bike? Are you as a person who hasn't played it yet? Are you kind of ambivalent towards it? Are you excited about it? Are you worried? Because Josh is trying to alleviate those concerns. But how do you feel just going in?
I wouldn't say I'm worried. I don't think whenever I see a trailer and there's some kind of new element added to something, it has to be really out there for me to not think that developers have no idea what they're doing.
Hmm.
I think I'm more curious than anything else just to see how it's
Nice.
integrated and
Hmm.
whether I'm going to be
Mm.
able to do it.
Yeah, well, I would 100% agree with you, Josh. I'm loving the bike way more than I expected. I think like you, Kirk, I wasn't worried about it. I just thought, am I going to be able to control this thing? Because it could be really hard to steer. It could be really awkward. It could be, you have to park it somewhere and get on it again. Kind of like, I think, is it Star Wars Outlaws that has that thing where you've got to find your vehicle? I found that a bit awkward.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I kept losing it. This one, you just press the plus button and it appears where you are standing, which is so handy, right? It's just,
Super super handy. Yeah.
yeah.
It's
And
not
you
like
can,
calling Epona and have to
no,
wait for him
No.
running over
no.
the hill.
Then the bike disappears as well, which is like a
Yes.
bit trippy at first, but then you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
it's just always there, but you don't see it. I don't know, it just
Yes.
disappears when it's
Like
Yes.
not
the
in
light
use.
cycle in Tron.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And it definitely has Tron vibes just because of the shape, I
Yes.
suppose. Yeah, very
Yes.
sleek. I can tell you from experience that the Tron bike is not very comfortable because I sat on it at PAX. It's very awkward. I hope Samus's bike is a lot more comfortable. But yeah, it's very fast. And this is what I was mentioning earlier. I don't know what that speed bar is down the bottom right. But it's like 700. And I'm like, is that kilometers?
Yeah.
Is that miles? What is that? Because that's very fast, right?
Yeah, I feel it's neither of those things because it's when it's going
Probably.
slow, it's doing like 150 or 200. I'm
Yeah.
like, either way, that's very fast still. So,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, so it's really cool. It's very easy to control. There's a nice tutorial section as part of Vault Forge that takes you through how you maneuver the bike. There's like power sliding. There's you can shoot, you can scan. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I like how you can target multiple enemies at once while you're on the bike. I think that's really
mm,
cool. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So definitely, I'm impressed. I thought the bike, yeah, just like you, it's much better than I expected, and I'm really enjoying my journey through Soul Valley. So
yeah.
yeah, I think that's cool. I have to talk about something, and this might be what you mentioned last week, Kirk, when you were talking about the kind of pre-reviews where people were saying there's a really annoying character. I assume it's Miles. In fact, I know it's Miles, who's Federation
Grr.
dude that you find relatively early on during the first kind of section. Hey, during Fury Green,
Mm,
he's got a ship that's crashed. There's a beacon, a distress beacon. You go and find him. Now, I'm definitely interested in your opinion, Josh. I wonder if I should ask yours before I give you mine. Because I don't want to. Well, I don't want to taint your opinion. What do you think? Do you think these? Not everyone is concerned. I've seen people on both sides of the fence, so maybe we are also on both sides. I don't know. What are your thoughts on Miles McKenzie? Is he that annoying?
um, yeah, well, like because he's within the first hour of the game, and so people who got access to the previews a week or so ago got to play it and
Mm,
stumble upon him, and um, like if you played the original couple of Metroid Prime games, there's not a lot of talking at all, really. And the third one, there starts to be a bit more, and so they kind of, it feels like a continuation of that, really, with this. I will grant he's annoying at first, and when you rescue him, he's saying a lot of things. And for people worried about the whole, like, they want to be lost and isolated in this world, you do not have to worry about that because
yeah. Hmm.
it's an initial thing, and after later on, he's a bit more like the tech guy over comms who actually doesn't speak a lot once you leave him. Like,
Mm,
and then
mm,
I tried to like test it out just to see if I could speak to him at certain like stages in Vault Forge, and there was like there's a button you can do in the menu to like talk to him effectively or press X. And the Galactic Federation logo appears, but he didn't have anything to say to me really at the time. So
yeah.
I literally think it's that annoying 10-15 minute period where you have to escort him to make sure he's fine.
Mm,
And then after that, it's a lot better. And so um, I know people were freaking out about this, and I wasn't too worried about it because I just knew like this is Retro Studios. They know the vibe of this game, and they're just like this is like one. It's just helping people who are very new to the game. I feel like this
hmm.
like he kind of like helps sort of lay it all out a bit more in a easier to understand way for people who like these series of games are hard to like for new people they're typically a bit harder to get into, and I feel like a character like Mackenzie um, sort of explains a few concepts a little bit easier, and it's helpful for those people new to the game, and so um, it doesn't last long. So if you're like played all the others and want that same similar experience, don't fret, and it's been good.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I
Mm.
did not find him annoying really at all, but also it is very short. So,
Yeah,
and I think for me, breaking up that isolation with a little bit of companionship was kind of nice. So I was kind of happy to have a friend for a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah, and his character is fine. Like he's not like his Kirk often will talk about the voice acting being good or bad, right? Kirk. So, um, yeah, apt.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and that's what I was thinking of as you were discussing it. Is I played so many of these JRPGs with all kinds of acting, good and bad, people who don't
Mm,
shut up, characters with annoying voices.
mm,
I
yeah.
imagine it's not going to affect me at all because I
Yeah,
I get it all the time.
that's
As a
true.
Metroid fan, I understand you're not used to it, but yeah, it's got to be better
Yeah.
than some of the stuff I've dealt with.
Yeah, and I think his voice, the actor was really quite good. I thought he did a
it
really
is.
good
Yeah,
job. Yeah. I didn't find it annoying. It's not like he's useless either. He's not a warrior like you or a fighter as much as you
no,
are. He's more of a tech guy like you said. But he's there and he does fire off a few shots when you get ambushed and things like that.
yeah, and if anything, like I found it funny that he's talking to Samus, and Samus just like ignoring him, and just like
That's me too. I know,
not
right?
saying anything, and just sort of like nodding or something, or do like a handshake or something. I think at one
Yeah.
stage or something, and then that's literally it. She gives him nothing, and I find that
I
funny.
know.
But
Yeah.
you scan him, and he like realizes you're scanning. He says a funny line like, "Oh, I think did you scan me? Like, what does it say?" And like I thought that was really funny. He's just sort of like it's literally calling out the things that as you're thinking,
Yes. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
being actually verbalized, and so it's short and sweet. He's that geeky. I think some people would associate it as annoying, and he can be at times, but very very short lived. And yeah, we're going to meet other characters, and I haven't met any others yet. We'll
Mm.
see what they're like as well.
Yeah, no, I haven't come across anyone else either. Occasionally, Miles will chime in, via comms when something
Mm,
happens, but it's not often at all. So the
no,
isolation aspect is definitely still there.
definitely still there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think it's fine. No, thank you, Josh. That makes a lot of sense. I hope that does alleviate any listeners' concerns that they might have about this aspect because it is being talked about quite a bit.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I don't think it's as big a deal as what we might have heard some people make it out to be. So Yeah. I think that's more or less everything I wanted to talk about. I think I'm loving the game. You know, I'm about, yeah, like you, I'm probably about 4 hours in. I'm going to continue it today after the show.
Same.
I think one thing I did want to pick up on that you mentioned is for newcomers, that Miles helps newcomers. And I think this game is going to be really good for someone who hasn't played a lot of this series before. I think it's very accessible, basically. Miles does help with that, of course, but just generally with the controls, with the casual mode, with the story, it's all very intuitive and easy to follow, and you know that linear intro kind of helps as well. So I think if you haven't played the series before and you're curious as to what all the fuss is about, this is a really good one to jump into. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, like even Nintendo this week confirmed that you don't need to play the original three to play
Yeah.
this one, and so
Hmm.
like Psylocke, you see him at the end of three Corruption, and he's in that game, but only if you've like had completed it 100%, and it's just his
Mm.
starship following Samus's at the end, and so beyond that, you get some little things from Prime Hunters about how he hates the Galactic Federation, but that's literally it. We don't know really anything about Psylocke, and so
Mm.
you don't need to know about everything that happened in the Prime trilogy when it comes to Phase On and all the things going on with that Dark Samus, blah blah blah. I don't think it matters here, and so
Yeah.
just go into this. If you love this game, then you can like obviously go back and play the others and enjoy them.
Exactly.
And so um, everyone, please buy this game. Please,
Yeah.
please, please buy Metroid. Let's. I want it to sell well. I want more of these games. Metroid Prime 5 would be great to have one day. I don't want to wait 18 years for it. So if
I
everyone could
know.
buy it for me and help me out as well, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a long wait. It absolutely has. I totally agree. Yes, support the game. It is worth it. It's 100% worth it. Kirk, I think you talked about it being a showcase for the Switch 2 in terms of you were hoping it would be the showcase for the Switch 2. I think it definitely is in terms of the graphics, the music, the style. Yeah, it's got everything. So
Great.
I'm excited for you to play it, Kirk. I can't wait for you to
Oh,
get your hands on it. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Got a
I
great
can't
Christmas.
believe I didn't jump on it day one. I don't know why I decided I was going to wait.
I know. I know.
You waited 8.5 years, Kirk. What's another 21 days?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wanted to wait till there was a walkthrough to help me find all the hidden items and stuff.
Yes,
Oh yeah, and there.
all out.
I mean, to be fair, there's some up already. So
No, I'm
some
sure.
people must have got their hands on an early copy, or I
Early
don't know, they just
copies, yeah.
breezed through it really fast. So
Yeah.
yeah, honestly, very cool. Anything else from you, Josh, on Metro Prime 4 before we move on to Kirk's corner? Do you have anything
Um,
else you'd like to add?
yeah, like I'm loving this game. The review scores, the Metacritic put me off a little because it
I
was a
was
bit lower
surprised
than
at
I
that.
thought.
Yeah, yeah.
And because the first two games are so high, and the Metro Prime 3 is even up there around 90 or so. Like I kind of knew going into it wouldn't get to 90, just because there's so many more people reviewing these games these days.
Yeah.
People, I think would either criticize it for not being different enough, or it's too different. Like I feel like you can't please everyone when it comes to
Yeah,
these games these days. But like I've been once I've played it, I've been like I'm not worried about that now. It's like, and then I'm just enjoying it. I think it's really lived up to expectations, and hats off to Retro and Nintendo just making that call 6 years ago to restart it, because I think what we're getting now is very much worth it.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, thank you. I agree with all of that. I was surprised at the Metacritic score as well. Hopefully, it will go up over time. I think some of those initial people, like I was reading, sort of Rolling Stone, maybe randomly, I was just having a look at news related to Metro Prime 4, and there was a scathing review, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
did you even play this game? Like, I'm
Totally
further
different
than.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm not. Obviously, I haven't finished it, but I'm far enough to know that some of the things they were saying were wrong. And I'm like, I don't think you even finished it. I really
Yeah.
don't. So,
Gemma, if you give it a 15 out of 10, that would really help with the rating. So just thank you very much in advance. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll do my best. Cool. Well, thank you, Josh, for that discussion. And let's move on to Kirk's Corner. And I feel like this might tie in with a bit of a sci-fi element. What have you got for us this week?
Definitely ties in with the sci-fi element. This is, I don't know if either of you have ever seen the movie Starship Troopers
Yes.
from the 90s.
No.
Well, there have been crazy, absolutely insane movie that I saw in the theater having no idea what I was getting myself into. And it took me about 35 minutes before I figured it out, and then just had a blast. Won't go into the details on it, but there have been quite a few video games based on it, and I think some sequels. I've never played any of them. I don't think I don't even know if any of them have come to the Switch, Nintendo. Usually they're PC games, but
Hmm.
that's the long way of getting to the fact that Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War is coming to Nintendo Switch 2, amongst other consoles, in 2026. We don't know the exact date yet. It's coming to us from Emu, who did the Turtles game that you've been playing, Gemma.
Oh, okay. Yep. Hmm.
But this is a first-person shooter that they are comparing to the glory days of like Doom, for example. But yeah, if it's anything like the movies, then you are just going to be up in space blasting away giant alien bugs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
And I can't think of anything better to do.
Yeah.
Spiders, speaking of the story we told
Gonna
Oh,
say,
yeah.
you haven't
ahead
had
of
that
time.
this morning, Ultimate Bug
Yeah.
War.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a spider incident for listeners who don't get the reference. Before the show, spider was on my foot. Being in Australia, so yeah, I've only seen the first movie of Starship Troopers. I don't think I've seen any of the sequels. It, like you, Kirk, I think I saw it at the movies. God, I must have been a teenager, and I think it was random. I went with some friends and had no idea, like you, what was going on. It's a different style. Like it's not serious at all, is it? It's quite
Yeah, it's
yeah.
very satirical. It takes a
Yes.
very sharp look at military propaganda, I think, more than anything else. Like once I understood
Mm.
the social point they were trying to make, as opposed to just having fun with the special effects and the bug attacks. Yeah, it really clicked for me as a film.
Yeah, cool. So that'll be something for you to check out, Josh, if you haven't seen the movie, I guess. You can go
Yeah, I'm
back
just
and
looking
watch
it up
that.
now. I've just never perceived it before.
Yeah,
This is
it's
like
it's different.
Naked Gun. I heard about Naked Gun the other month and started watching the movie because of the remake that came out the other.
Oh,
So
you
I'm getting
hadn't heard
into
of
that.
Naked Gun?
No, I hadn't, but I know all
Oh.
about Naked Gun now, and I love it. It's so fun,
Yeah.
so
I do wanna
stupid.
watch I do wanna watch the new one. I haven't seen that one. I've seen the old ones.
Yeah,
Thank you, Kirk. That does sound interesting. 2026, obviously there's no specific date at this point. So Switch 2 specifically, not Switch 1 as well.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
and I think that's partly why a lot of the games never came to Nintendo devices before, is because they seem to have been developed more for a more powerful system. So, now we'll start seeing these. Although looking at it is up on Steam. You can go to Steam to get some screen captures if you want.
Okay.
And there is a
Mhm.
trailer that's fine too. And I should say that Casper Van Dien, who played Johnny Rico in the first movie, does appear at least in the trailer for this game.
Yeah.
They didn't say if he's going to be in it. In fact, the synopsis says that it takes place. Well, it's weird. It says it takes place 25 years after the events of the original Starship Troopers film, but that's somebody is talking about her account of the attack on the bug planet.
Ah.
So I don't know if just the storytelling happens 25 years later, or if there will actually be events in the gameplay that happen 25 years later. So
Yeah,
anyway,
interesting.
yeah, that's the long way of saying Johnny Rico will be there. I don't know if what was the guy's name? He played the commander. He's Mr. Krabs. He was in Highlander. Clancy Brown. Um,
Oh, is
one of
he
my
Mr.
favorite
Krabs?
actors. Yes. Yeah.
That's cool. I love
Yeah.
Mr. Krabs. Yeah, well, I wonder if that means it's he could be in it because, 20 it's almost around 25 years, I suppose, since the movie. What year was the movie? Was it late 90s? Something like that?
It was
Early
mid
2000s?
'90s. It must have been mid because I was still living in New York at the time. And I think
Oh, okay.
another game came out recently where a lot of cast members reprised their roles, or at least did voices, or promoted it in some way. But that I guess that's not this game.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Oh, yeah, 97. There you go. 97.
Okay.
Very cool. We'll look out for more information on that when I guess when it has a release date. Thank you, Kirk. Let's move on to the games that we're playing. Obviously, we're playing Metroid Prime 4, but we've been through that. But we're very interested to see how your journey with Metroid Prime Remastered is going, Kirk, since you started that last week in preparation for Metroid Prime 4. How's
Yeah.
it going?
Now I get to talk about Metroid now.
Yay.
Yeah, it's funny because I mean, I really like this game, of course. And I started playing it one way with the controls, and then switched over to another way. I think I may switch back because, like you guys were saying with Metroid Prime 4, I have the Switch 2 Pro controller, and it is a great feeling controller.
Mm.
Um, I think I like the idea of just being able to point. And of course, yeah, like you were mentioning, without the sensor bar with the Wii, it's more of a gyro thing, but it's pretty good. Except I'm constantly having to reset in order to get like a good balance on it. Uh, but is there as much scanning? Like Josh, you mentioned you love scanning things, but that really starts to aggravate me having to switch back and forth.
There's a lot in 4, I
There's
would
just as
say.
much,
Yeah.
yeah. If anything, it's better in this one because in the first game they don't color the different icons in terms of whether
Mm.
you've scanned the item before, so you can get sort of stuck redoing stuff, I suppose. And so in this one, it will appear green if you haven't scanned it before, and then be clear color after that, so you know not to scan it again. So slightly better, I suppose. But yeah, the first one, yeah, still just as much scanning.
Yeah.
And part of that may be too, since I switched to the Joy-Con controls and I'm used to the Pro
Mm.
controller, the buttons that I need to hit, that the muscle memory is not right because they're placed differently, and it's almost awkward for me to have to switch that. And then as I'm scanning something attacks and I'm hitting the wrong button to get back, which you think would be so simple because all I got to do is shoot to shut it off.
Yeah.
But when I'm under attack, everything goes, it just shuts off, and I panic.
Mm.
But yeah, even man, for such an old game, and I know that it was remastered, it looks so good on the Switch and it plays so
Mhm.
well. And yeah, just really dig it. I still have a long way to go. I only recently got out of the first spaceship that you're on and went down to the planet. But yeah, it's doing exactly what I wanted in that it's really setting me up and getting me ready to go for Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah. See, that's nice. I like that. I think you'll be very, very impressed when you do play Metro Prime 4.
Is it your first
Because,
time,
yeah.
Kirk, playing that?
No, I played it back on the Wii. I had
Yeah.
what was that? I think I mentioned the trilogy. They all came on one in one
Yes.
package,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
and then I traded that in order to be able to purchase the Wii U.
Yes.
So, like I said, I regret that. I know that now. But yeah, so I've played the Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3. I played them all and completed them, and
Cool.
other M.
Yes, nice.
Nice.
Very good.
Yeah. Very cool. Thank you, Kirk. You got a couple of weeks left until Christmas, so you should be able to get through that pretty easily before then, I reckon. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not that long of a game.
Yeah. 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 Awesome. And yeah, I just think when you see Metro Prime 4, like graphically compared to what you're playing now, like even though that does look really nice because it's remastered, yeah, you're going to be very impressed, I think, with what you see.
Yeah,
So,
that's good. I hadn't considered that, but yeah, looking at this one and then imagine going the other direction, playing
yes.
4 and then
Yes.
going back to remaster.
Mm.
Yeah. You'd be like, what? Yeah,
Remastered's
exactly.
amazing. Just absolutely like the work they did to bring that to up to speed. Not that it needed a
Mm.
lot, but like I think for me the big thing was the controls, having the dual stick controls.
Yeah.
Because going back to the original on the GameCube and just how you got to hold the cannon, press the trigger to move around. It's just like a little bit janky those shooting controls, and then they fix that, and I feel it's near perfect now. That whole experience on remastered, it's the way to play it.
Yeah, definitely. What year did the remastered one come out?
23 at the start of the year.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. So
And
it's only been a
then we're
couple
all
of years.
hoping
Yeah.
for Prime 2 and 3 remastered, and just never happened.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. I hope they do that now. Now that 4's out, and like you said earlier, Josh, like if you haven't played the previous games, you jump into this one, go back and play the old ones. But the graphical difference is pretty stark. So
Mm.
remaster 2 and 3, Switch 2 versions. I mean, that'd
Love
be
for that
pretty
to
cool.
happen.
Yeah.
If anything, for the controls, I'd love I don't, it doesn't have to be upscaled as much visually, but for me, if it had the controls upgraded with the dual stick, that would, yeah, go a long way for me to, yeah, really enjoying it even more.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Very cool. So you've played remaster, obviously.
Yes.
Josh? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
cool. Nice. I haven't. I should probably get that, shouldn't I? I should.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it on my wish list. Thank you, Kirk. I have one other game that I have dabbled in this week, apart from Metroid, which is Dragon Quest III, which I did mention a few weeks ago that I downloaded. It was on special, it was on my wish list, and it was on sale, so that worked really well. This is about a year old now. Obviously, it's a remaster as well, actually, of an old game. But when Dragon Quest 1 and 2 2D HD came out, I played this at PAX, and I'm not sure, Josh, what your familiarity with the series is. Yeah, these classic kind of
Yeah,
RPGs.
definitely aware
Yeah.
of them. Yep.
Yeah. I haven't really spent a whole lot of time with Dragon Quest. I was more Final Fantasy or, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, that sort of thing. I've played a couple. I think there was one on the DS or something that I played at one point. But yeah, this is a beautiful game. Like, it looks amazing. They've done a fantastic job. It's a Switch 2 edition. They did release a free update for Switch 2 because the original was a Switch 1 version. So I downloaded the Switch 2 version. It's just, and I love these old school, like 16-bit style kind of games, but visually they've just, I don't know, they've done it from the ground up, and it's so like sublime, like the word you used for Metroid Prime 4 actually earlier. It is sublime in a completely different way. Obviously, this is very different style to something like Metroid Prime 4, but it's just lovely. The colors, the detail on some of the environments, and I'm not even very far in at this point. I've only spent a little bit of time with it just because this was the night before Metro Prime 4 came out. I'm like, I'm just going to play this because I don't know when I'll get time to play it again. So I jumped in on Wednesday night and played this for a little bit just because I did download it recently and I wanted to give it some love. Otherwise, it will be sitting there to be this game that I downloaded that I never played. So no one wants that. It'll be on the backlog. But yeah, it's really, really fun. It's really, really nice. If you're a fan of those kind of old school RPGs, I think you would like it as well. I will continue to play it hopefully over the Christmas holidays when I get more time. I'd love to get my hands on Dragon Quest 1 and 2 as well, but I just don't know when I'll get time for that. It is wishlisted. If it ever goes on sale, I will be there. So yeah. But yeah, this is really fun. I don't have a lot more to say about it because it is pretty early on for me. But yeah,
Did you
I
play
love.
11S?
No,
Because that's
11S.
Dragon Quest 11S. So that was one on
Oh,
Switch, and that's the only one I
no.
played. But that's like beautiful, and like the
Hmm.
music in that one's great. Like really simple, like turn-based RPG mechanics, but
Mm.
just so fun, and I just fell in love with the characters, and it's the only one I played in the series. But yeah, I really yeah, really loved that one. So yeah, these other ones I should check out as well.
Yeah. And these were when they were kind of the more traditional top-down versions.
Yeah.
Because did you play that one, Kirk? You played one of the.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was going to say it's the exact same with me, Josh. That is the only Dragon
Mm.
Quest game that I played, and I absolutely loved it. And
Mm.
yeah, like all the characters, the graphics. Like I remember there was one point I was looking at the textures of the characters of the clothes they were wearing, the linens, and I thought there's so much detail here, and the game looked so good in such a subtle way. I thought it was fantastic. Yeah, but never played another one after that.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty in the backlog there if you ever get
A
time.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Cool. Well, let's move on to you, Josh. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Kirby Air Riders that you've been playing recently.
Yeah, so this was before Thursday with Metroid coming out, but yeah, this game's really sort of taken me by surprise in a way, I suppose.
Mm.
Because I hadn't played the first one in GameCube, never like had exposure to that, but I heard like people loved it or hated it, and so
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
there was like a real big contrast in opinion when it came to a game. I thought I don't see that a lot with Nintendo games, but this one was quite strong,
Mm.
and so I was following all the Sakurai directs.
Yeah.
He's giving all these
Yeah.
details about this game, and then it really sort of sold me in terms of okay, this is really not just a racing game, but a really fun multiplayer competitive um, game that
Hmm.
is probably really great with friends locally. And so playing it the last couple of weeks, just yeah, like it's such a simple game, but also so complex at the same time. It's really hard to
Hmm.
sort of
It
describe, I
is.
suppose, because you just like theoretically you could give this to a kid who doesn't play many games, just get to the end, and because it's auto accelerate, you just steer. You might not
Yep.
press the buttons well in time, but you will finish the race, won't you? And so,
Yeah.
but if you really want to master it, there's a lot of like time you need to really understand, really, the cores, but also the machine that you're on and the character, because they all have very different, very very different contrasting stats. And
Hmm.
I found that fun, just like trying out the different machines. I think the uh, some of the star ones, like Paper Star, is super funky to control. Like I'm like, oh man, this is like, going all over the place for me. I'm not very good at this, but like Chariot, the Chariot ones, like got great turning, and that's really worked out well for me. I really sort of dig that one, but yeah, just having super fun playing all these different modes. The road trip modes where you play various different other modes combined together with the story.
Yeah.
A great way to sort of discover the game. Lots of collectibles. I've just been like, you do something. It's literally sometimes as basic as, you boosted 2 times in a game or something, you get a little
Yeah.
tile knocked off. It's like Street Pass all over again, and Smash Bros
Yeah.
combined together for the
Mm-hmm.
collectibles. So it really rewards your time. Yeah, just super fun to play, and I think it's just gonna be one of those cool games I'll just keep chipping away and playing, just like Mario Kart World throughout the life of the Switch too.
Yeah, I love that. That's a good way to put it. I hope that's the case. I've been playing it as well, reviewed it recently, and I was like you, very surprised how much I enjoyed this game.
Yeah,
It is exactly as you described. It's really fun, but a lot harder than what it seems on the surface. So I'm glad you're enjoying your time with it. Did we convince you at all, Kirk, with this one? Oh, you said you hope someone in your family gets it. Is that right?
Yeah. I don't know that it's one I'm going to pick up. I will say I added ball pit to my wish list.
Oh,
Hey.
nice.
I am not going to add Kirby Air Riders to my wish list. I'm still going to wait for somebody to pick it, and then if it hooks me, I'll buy it. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is definitely, and I think I put this in my review as well. It's not for everyone. It's just not. You will either love it or hate it, honestly. But it is great. Like there's so much to it. Like you said, uncovering or unlocking all of these like tiles as you progress, and it really rewards your time. I love that phrase. Actually, I think that's a really accurate statement. It does reward your time. You don't feel like you're wasting your time. And there's just all the different modes, all the different characters. Did you try Rocky, the rock version of Kirby?
I have not yet. It's weighty, I imagine. And
Yeah, I was so
yeah.
surprised. Because I love the look of him. He just looks like Kirby, but in a rock form. And he's got a little bandana. He just looks so cute. And so I chose him as soon as I unlocked him. And then I was really slow. I'm like, oh, Rocky,
Yeah.
what's going on, man?
It's sometimes it's pretty funny because like you'll do city trial and then you'll aim to do something, but then I've learned you got to there's clues sometimes in terms of what the stadium game will be at the end, and so sometimes I've been neglecting trying to get the glide or the lift up, and it's been that gliding target practice one, and then I've done absolutely bombed out because I've got no glide at all, and I can't even reach the wall, so I'm aiming for one of the floor tiles because I can't even get deep down, and so I've had to I've slowly picked up the cues on what I need to look out for a bit more to be slightly better at this game.
Yeah, it's pretty chaotic, that's for sure.
It is chaotic, yeah. But in a good way.
Yeah, in a very good way, yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you,
thank
Josh. I guess that more or less brings us to the end of the show, which we've run on time for once. I thought we'd go over. But no, that's all good. Did either of you have anything you wanted to add before we do close things off for the week?
I'd just like to thank Josh for joining us, first of all.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no, thank you for joining us. You want to give us a little spiel about your show and where people can find you?
Yeah, so I produce a fortnightly Nintendo podcast like this one. It's called Nintendo Maniacs, and each episode I have a special guest on, try to tailor their interests. So had just recently had an episode in Kirby Air Riders. So Mark Kaleroff from Kirby Informer was on. He knows so much about Kirby, and so it was really interesting just picking his brain. Massive Kirby fan, so he's telling me all the really great things about this game, and so this coming episode, hopefully maybe next week, I'll have one for Metroid and have a special guest for that as well. But if you love Nintendo, check me out at Nintendo Maniacs.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely check it out. Support the podcasts like this one and like Josh's. There's some good content out there, and we love to support each other. So thank you so much, Josh, for being on the show. You can let us know if you ever want us on your show.
And we're vice versa.
We're not quite as good as the Kirby experts, but we'll do our best.
Should I point out to our American listeners too that fortnightly is every 2 weeks?
Oh, you don't know that?
Is that not
it's
an
not
American
a phrase
thing?
we use here.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
No way. Seriously.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they'll just say every other week. That's how it.
Well, you
Okay.
changed the
Yes.
description of my podcast. There you go.
Yeah.
The
Thank you,
podcast on
Kirk.
every other week, not fortnightly. Wow, thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah. I just did not. I assumed it was a common, term, honestly.
I've had
You
so
can
many
never tell.
American guests on my show. They've never told me that, so I need to call them out. How dare you guys? Come on, should have told me earlier.
Yeah. They're being polite.
I'm sure most people here have probably heard the phrase enough to know it by now. But
Yeah,
Yeah. It's good
interesting.
to know the difference. Yeah. Thank you.
Definitely.
Well, yes, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Kirk, as well. Thank you, listeners. We'd love to know your thoughts on all of the items we discussed. So please leave a comment. We love engaging with you all. If you want to follow us on social media, you can find us over on Blue Sky. If you'd like to support us and get your hands on a physical magazine, we do have a Pure Nintendo magazine that you can get by going to patreon.com/Pure Nintendo, and you'll get the next issue delivered to your door. Currently, I should probably say, since we do have 2 Australians on the show, this is for US and Canadian listeners only. Currently, I want to look at that in the new year and get it to Australians as well. So keep your ears peeled for that news. But thank you again, and until next week, game on, everybody. Bye.